How you doing, James Margie here at J-Tech. I'm going to have a little instructional video on how to use different data link testers to find fault codes, identify fault codes. The first one we're going to use a handheld is Genesis. The majority of the newer vehicles use the Duche 9-pin connector right here. There's a number of different, as you can see, there's a number of different area ports. It's very important to know by looking at this what is available to be tested on the truck. This middle one, it is your ground, and that is identified, and you can always identify them, the different pins and what the pins are. Unfortunately, they're very lightly labeled, if this one's labeled at all. This one here, pin A, is your ground. Pin B is your voltage coming from vehicle battery. The next one's going to be pin G right here and pin F. Those are the J-1939 standard of the SAE. The other pins located in here will be the equivalency of the J-1939. This is commonly more known as the J-1939 connector. It's the Duche 9-pin connector. Looking at this again gives you the availability depending on the model year of your truck and also how that model year is equipped with the different types of ECM readable capabilities. Some of them not really fully listed on my little cheat sheet here though. But I do know this one. This truck has 3 different ones at least: engine, transmission, and ECM cluster. So I've already done some checking with this. But as it goes into more technologically advanced trucks, more ECMs, braking, collision control, and transmissions, more data links that are needed, more storage and electronic information this truck passes, will have more. So for one, if yours isn't a lot of times also this one here have to be located right here on the inside of the door. A lot of them are located right here in your kick panel, off the right hand side, so the left hand side of your cab. Some of them may even be underneath of a access panel, so that way it protects the plug. Like I said, the first thing we're going to do is check in using this Genesis Evo tester. And on it, as you can see on this pin, it is also just going to look at it the same configuration variance as that plug. This one here, also again, power, ground, because obviously we're looking at it upside down, sorry, in comparison to this plug. So this is your power, this is your ground, and then this one here are some of the available different data links that this handheld device can actually operate. So we'll have this 21708, and then there's 2 more up here that are available to be tested. Unfortunately for this truck, it won't be noticed. So we're going to go ahead and just connect the first data links. First, one of the major things you got to make sure of is your little ground data knob right there to make sure you're properly hooking it up. And then it's just a tight. Again, if this is mounted up under here, you place it on, tighten it down, and then it's going to be listed there. Some of the good things about the handheld right quick, if you're operating the truck, the different code flashes during a driving event, it may not show necessarily it'll show the fault code as being active. To really diagnose some of it, sometimes it's better to be doing it while you're driving. So you've got a nice long code here, cord. You go sit in the passenger side seat where your driver goes and drives under the conditions that he noticed the fault. We'll go ahead and start this. Obviously, turn the power on and we'll do a self-test. We're going to need the truck on, so we're going to have the beeping going, so we'll have a buzz in the ear, so my apologies. That way right there, it sends all the power down with turning on the truck, sends the power around to the system. Again, some of the older models, prior years of the 1990s, you had 6-pin connectors and you had the 16-pin 1962 connectors. So this one here, again, when you buy the kit, we'll have the different types of cables in it, so we're going to select that and press enter. And now it does a little bit of a bit test to it, knowing out what kind of test we're going to run. Pardon me. So now it's coming up, we're going to what make. Obviously we're using that 9-pin Duche connector. We're going to use the J-1587 and 1708 software device, the SAE 1939 CAN bus, because as we noticed, those two did not exist. So we'll press enter. And now it's searching. So it's searching for tranny, controller, brake, and now it's going so fast I couldn't notice. As it goes through, it's identifying or not identifying what type of ECMs are located on this truck. So our particular controller now. Peter has noticed that it's still on the J1708, and it gives us our three different lists, or at least what is shown. So we'll scroll through to see if it goes any further. Nope, that's all we get. So right now we have engine, which is code 128, brake 136, instrument cluster 140. Majority of these codes, at least for that main component, are all going to be SAE standard. So the SAE standard for all engines is going to be 128. All different brakes throughout the heavy duty community are 136 and etc. So we'll start off right here. We're going to press N, look up the engine. Now it gives you the two different types. We're using one of the two types. Definitely either way, it is the 342-180. So we're using that one, so we'll just go ahead and press the enter. And now it gives us a couple of different choices we have. We have the data stream. If you choose the data stream, that's where you can actually actively look at all the working parameters of the truck. If you wanted to go down to a certain custom data point, you can go there. Right now our primary focus is on the diagnostic trouble codes, so we can go to that one. And also again, while you're out running, you can have it record a certain amount of files, it'll flash it, and then save it to here. You can go print it off, or even here, this has a USB connector, or even another data link that you can actually hook this thing up to another larger computer possibly, and it helps self-diagnose that way. So we're going to go there, we'll press enter on the diagnostic trouble codes, and then we can do either reading and clearing. Right now we don't want to clear any codes, we want to read them. So we'll hit the reading, and now it's waiting. Alright, this is code 128. So if you're really looking at it, it's code 128-108, which goes into the barometric pressure. So there's a fault code in here for ID number 3, voltage above normal or shorted high. So there's now a problem with the barometric pressure sensor in the air intake system. What that can do is cause multiple different idle issues and actual running issues, meaning you're not getting the proper amount of air that you need to properly operate your vehicle within the standards of standard emissions. Unfortunately though, because this is a handheld, it pretty much stops there. So you'd have to take that code back to your other desktop computer, your other laptop, tablets out here on the floor, place that code in there for this particular truck, and that will help diagnose it. Button back up out of here, we'll just hit the exit button, and we'll exit again. We'll run into the next one. So we'll exit back into the main menu. So we're here. Finish your rear, we'll back up one more. There we go. Now we're back to brakes. See if we have any brake codes. And down to diagnostic trouble codes. Read them. Right here. Alright, test passed. No diagnostic trouble codes, so that's a good sign. So there's no problem with any of the electronic ABS brake systems on this one so far, at least anything that's identified. So we'll okay, and we'll back and exit out, and we'll go to the instrument cluster. And again, test pass. So everything on the instrument gauge up there supposedly works according to this the handheld tester. Back up again, we'll okay. We'll exit back. I'll go up to the engine right quick. Let me show you a couple of the different data streams that you can see. And it's obviously loading all the parameters. Being that right now the engine's turned off, there's going to be a few things probably are not going to be resident. Obviously RPMs are going to be at 0. Some of the other temperatures or pressures are going to be all at 0 because obviously it's not operating. But it's establishing connection and it's loading data. Sometimes some of this does take a little bit. A lot of different data to see. So there's one. We can see the ambient air temperature. That one, 32 degrees Fahrenheit. It's That one I'm going to say is probably off, because it's closer to 90 degrees Fahrenheit in here. There's our engine speed in RPMs, but obviously it's 0. Some of the fuel economies. There's our barometric pressure. So that's the code actually stating that it was reading too high. So right now it's reading at 14.5 psi. That's kind of important to know, being that's the trouble code. That might help us identify once the troubleshooting as we pull that up in the computer system, or when it finds out what's the plus minus, or what it should be reading as running normal and operating normal. So that was nice to know in pulling that up. You can see there's our voltage, our active voltage of the battery, and we can continue down through boost, cruise control, again right there, noticing when the vehicle is turned on or not while it's running. Like I said, there's a number of different items, and then you can even go down to, if you're up there in the good old Canada area, you can check in metric units, or some of the other countries that use the metric system. You can change up there for the graphic, whether you want it digital, analog with multiple different sensors reading at the same time. There's a number of different options on this. A lot of it for the way you want to specify, the way you want to see your information, the best way to read the manual, so that way it'll help you make it simpler for you. So now real quick, we're going to pause. We're going to go, since I did, I'm going to exit out of here, show you how on this one I only had the 4 wires. We're going to go to another truck now and show you where there's more actual data links. Alright, so now here we are on another truck. This is a 2006 Kenworth. We were on a 2005 Freightliner over there. Again, here's the location of the 9-pin connector, right in there. And as you can see, a model year apart in a different manufacturer. However, again, there's your ground, there's your power, your 2 1708 connectors, and it also has 3 1939 connectors. So this one here will be a more technologically advanced, or at least a technologically equipped truck with different vehicles, with showing more codes, showing more accessibility on the data line in the computer system. So model year apart, just a different manufacturer, but you can see the difference on it. So now we're going to go and there's one example. We're going to hook up a little standalone desktop type computer, so that way we can then run it, even though it's a little more mobile on a cart. And we'll get a little bit and see what else we can do with everything else. So now we're here at a international 2011 variety. And this one here happens to be called the JAL test. Again, somewhat of a generic data information system, but it also goes back into showing you the different models. Have it already set up. Again, it's still hooked up into the 9-pin connector. Throw a wiring harness into the system, used online. So this one here is particular. This one here happens to be showing some of the different fault codes. So right here for the analog braking system, the engine right here, engine diagnostics, the instrument cluster, and the body computer. So the ECU data shows a number of different fault codes, 13 of them for the body, so that one there is pretty bad. See if we can pull one up right quick. I think I went back one too many clicks. So there's some of the different fault codes right in here. So the system identification code and the I forgot what the FMI is. But again, it does give you some more information on it. ECU ABS controller unit, so it shows some fault type, and you can go into different troubleshootings of it. So this one here is some of the computer systems, depending on how advanced they are. Some of them are a little bit more helpful than others at times. It also depends on how much you want to spend on your subscription to said company. But anyway, this is another type of system, a little bit more advanced than the handheld, not as mobile, but still semi-mobile. You can walk and drag it around the shop from truck to truck. And this one here, it stands still. I can start it, stop it, do a number of different things from here. And the more advanced the trucks are going to get, the more involved we're going to be with the computers. So, reading the owner's manual, reading the operator's manual for the computer systems, and the operator's manual for the operating system on how to test and look up everything is a valuable tool that we all need to start as diesel mechanics indulging into more of. So, anyway, I hope it was a little bit of informative on it, and didn't screw it up too bad. So, thanks. Have a great day.